This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
After a cordial meeting with the Prime Minister, Jayalalitha uses her interface with the national media to rake up Chidambaram's election issue.
Chidambaram lost the election in 2009 and was declared the winner through fraudulent means.
Jayalalitha says meeting Sonia Gandhi at this stage is inappropriate, keeps the DMK on tenterhooks.
As I said, if anyone wants my support, they should ask for it.
The Chief Minister also says the AIADMK government will focus on governance and not go after the DMK.
No, we are not looking for opportunities to file cases against anyone. We are more interested in the state's development.
The Prime Minister's office sent her a special SUV and Amma thanks him for the meeting. She hands a list of seeking crores of rupees for the feebies. A green signal for common syllabus for classes 1 and 6, but a high-level committee is given 2 weeks to come up with recommendations for other grades. A marginal hike in school fees ranging between 5 and 10% leaves the school management community unhappy with the Ravi Raja Pandit committee. A short circuit leads to an inferno on Mount Road. The resulting traffic jam leaves commuters fuming for a few hours. And the Chennai police lifts vital clues from a building that housed European porn stars and NDTV-HINDU impact. Chennai Rhino's big hitter Vishnu aims and has his eyes starry eyes set for a crickety future. This is the late night news on NDTV Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. This is where we bring you all of the day's up to date at this. Let's also bring you the national headlines we're tracking. The Petroleum Minister meets the Prime Minister a day after a draft CAG report on irregularities in a key oil deal with Reliance is leaked. 200 crore rupees worth of Shahid Balba's DB Realty assets ordered attached in the 2G scan case a day after the Supreme Court asks questions. I expect a breakthrough soon, Maharashtra's Chief Minister says on the murder of crime reporter J. Day. And 6 Indian sailors freed by Somali pirates after a ransom is paid, but they still have to chart through 15 hours of dangerous water. Our top story, the Queen Bee of Tamil Nadu politics held court in Delhi on the second day of her visit to the capital. Now, even as Jayalalitha eyes capital gains after that trip, the seemingly confident Chief Minister dropped a few carefully worded hints. NDTV Hindu tried to decode the messages. Take a look.
The high drama that preceded Amma's visit to Delhi climaxed with Jayalalitha's high-powered press meet. In the high-stakes game in the capital, old ghosts resurfaced. Amma launched a scathing attack against the senior Congress leader and the Home Minister, P. Chidambaram.
Because he has not won his parliamentary seat. In fact, Mr. Chidambaram lost the election in 2009 and was declared the winner through fraudulent means. My candidate, who was the actual victor, has filed a case in the Supreme Court. There is no question of softening our stand on this. The case is pending. And as for the case being delayed, we are not responsible for the delay. We will try to expedite the hearing of the case as far as possible.
Like a ping-pong match, pat came Chidambaram's strong reply. He says Jayalalitha's statement is a gross contempt of court since the case is still pending. Earlier, Amma seemed to be mystified what the fuss was all about on the mother of all questions, the AIADMK's support to the grand old party.
Realignment, I think your question is premature.
But the 7-year-old tie between the DMK and the Congress made 10 Janpath a no-go area.
The Congress and the DMK till today continue to be partners in the coalition government at the centre. In such a situation, it would not be appropriate for me to call on Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, who is also the Congress president.
She set out to woo funds for Tamil Nadu from the centre, which she was greeting like a conquering hero. But for those looking for her to script a change in the political spectrum, Amma did not oblige. But Her opening gambit spoke of good relationship with the centre. Is this an indication that even if a chapter is closed, it may not be the end of the book? Bureau Report, NDTV Hindu.
Now, Ms. Jayalalitha was visibly pleased that Dr. Singh had promised assistance for Tamil Nadu on many issues, especially power, blaming the previous DMK government for the current power crisis in the state. The AIA-DMK Supremo said that alleged corruption in the Tamil Nadu Electricity Board was one of the reasons for the poor energy state of Tamil Nadu. However, she added that the Prime Minister said he would consider allocating 1,000 megawatts of power to the state.
The reason for shortfall in power generation are many. One was due to total corruption in the Tamil Nadu Electricity Board. Substandard coal was imported from Indonesia. Deliberately, the power generation was curtailed in order to facilitate the purchase of power from private power companies, paying an exorbitant price of up to 15 rupees per unit, so that the powers that then were in authority could take a hefty commission from this.
Now, there was plenty on the wish list to the Prime Minister today. Apart from that, among them were a proposal for 10,200 crore rupees from the centre to provide 68 laptops to students here in Tamil Nadu. Adding to that, 1,125 crores was sought for a solar-powered green housing scheme. Another 40,000 crores to clear the debt of the electricity department. Amma also sought the suspension of the Tuticorin-Colombo ferry service and the ouster of the export of cotton. Now, taking off from the 2G charges against the Textile Minister Dayanidhi Maran, Jayalalitha urged that the Prime Minister drop Mr. Maran from the cabinet if he did not resign on his own. She also added that as the 2G scam was being monitored by the Supreme Court, she did have full faith in the judiciary.
Mr. Dayanidhi Maran should step down from his post in the Council of Ministers. If he fails to do so, the Prime Minister should drop him from the Council of Ministers.
Now, Ms. Jayalalitha added that her government was committed to fostering friendly relations with the centre in interest of her state's development. The Chief Minister today spoke at length about many issues facing Tamil Nadu fishermen with regard to ill treatment, especially at the hands of the Sri Lankan Navy. She added that a contingent should be allowed to visit the island nation to get a first-hand knowledge of issues there.
I have requested the Prime Minister that arrangements may be made for a delegation of MLAs from Tamil Nadu to visit Sri Lanka to see for themselves the conditions in which the Tamil population there is living. Because, as I said earlier, there are large discrepancies in the numbers being put out as to the number of Sri Lankan Tamils who are still living in the camps. The Sri Lankan government says there are only 10,000 or less in the camps, but private agencies put the number at a higher figure.
But Amma did not leave without taking a dig at her political arch rivals, the DMK, slamming the party at her press conference. She said more leaders of that party were likely to go to jail. She flayed the DMK policies and rule in Tamil Nadu over the last 5 years, but pointed out that her AIA-DMK had nothing to do with the DMK's woes.
Many of the DMK leaders, members, family members and leading lights of the party are facing a slew of corruption cases. Some of them are in jail. Many more are likely to go to jail. And once again I would like to point out that not a single case has been initiated by me or by my party men or by my government. So where is the question of being vindictive? They are paying the price for their own misdeeds. And another thing I would like to point out is that all the cases against the DMK leaders, family members and his party leaders have been initiated by the central government, in which the DMK is still very much a partner. We are not looking for opportunities to file cases against anyone. We are more interested in the state's development.
Now, the DMK has reacted to Amma's comments. The spokesperson of the party has said that it was just a reaction coming from a party that was a rival to them. Mr. TKS Ilangovan has said, and I quote, "I don't know in what circumstances she had stated that. I have nothing to say. I can only think of it as a statement made by a party opposed to the DMK," unquote. Meanwhile, the DMK patriarch M. Karunanidhi did not sit quiet after the Amma spell at the capital, firing a salvo over the Kachrathiva issue. In a letter to his cadres in the party mouthpiece Murasoli, he said that he had never okayed ceding of Kachrathiva to Sri Lanka. He added that the DMK may have lost the elections, but the DMK's love for the motherland was known by the public. Aiming at the AIA-DMK, he said that not all winners have love for Tamil Nadu and that not all losers lacked the love for the state. These comments come after Jayalalitha had accused the DMK of failing to stop the gifting of Kachrathiva to Sri Lanka. Karunanidhi, in his poetic manner, also went on to say that the words of winners were not the gospel's truth. Now, the Chief Minister is all set to visit her constituency of Srirangam in Trichy district to thank her voters on the 20th of June. The semi-urban constituency elected Jayalalitha with a huge margin of over 41,800 votes. Amma is expected to open a newly built MLA office in the constituency where the public can go over with their grievances. Up ahead on this bulletin, uniform in gear or out of gear? Well, that big question gets answered when we come back on the Late Night News.